I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I'm almost fall asleep. There's no consciousness. I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But the intention, by the intention to wake up and perform techniques, but by the intention not fall asleep, in this situation, my consciousness comes to me again. But after this line, I can't return to wakefulness. The physiology state has changed in this moment. I wake up again by my consciousness, but I am not in reality. I can separate from my body easily. I can feel the face very easily. So that's the key to result. That's the entry into the phase. I'm trying to do something that creates free-floating state of mind. You should understand, if you control everything, there's no chance to get results. Just understand it. If you control your action, for example, like this, I'm reading, where's the result? Where's the result? You control this, you think about it, yes? You control. You can't change your physiological state if you think and control the process. Just understand the simple thing. If you control this, if you analyze it, if you think about it, there's no chance to get results. You should leave your consciousness for some moments, but not fall asleep. Actually, it doesn't matter what you will do in this situation. You may choose any technique. You may create any technique. It doesn't matter. Moreover, experienced practitioners usually use no technique at all. They don't need it. For example, you may choose uncomfortable position for sleep. You are going to fall asleep, but you can't do this physiologically, yes, because it's uncomfortable position. And you can get uncomfortable. You can get this free-floating state of mind. That's what you need, nothing else. So it doesn't matter what you do. You should achieve this wave of your consciousness.
Free-floating state.
It's like wave of consciousness. When you lose control sometimes.
Lose control for
it's very similar when it usually happens before falling asleep in the night. You think about something, then you lose control, and you're again thinking about something, and then you fall asleep. In this case, you should do the same thing, but control this. In this case, you're losing your consciousness. You're losing your consciousness more and more deeply. But in one situation, in this situation, after this, you cannot lose your consciousness totally. You wake up again almost when you almost have lost your consciousness. You wake up again and you are in the phase. Sometimes it's very easy to achieve. Maybe in a few days, every practitioner can achieve this almost falling asleep very quickly. Every minute you can achieve this almost falling asleep. The primary thing, you should control your action. If you control the action, there is no way to achieve the phase without previous sleep. Actually, it's very similar to indirect techniques. As if you are trying to simulate falling asleep in awakening. It's micro falling asleep. You are creating micro falling asleep. You are trying to create micro falling asleep, but not fall asleep totally. That's what you are going to do. You are doing this, but in one moment you can change your physiological state and you are in the phase.
But if I don't control this, how can I do this?
I mean, in this case, of course, it doesn't matter what you do. You may not control it in this case. Why you wake up again? By your intention to do something. Of course, when you are, you may do it without any control, by your intention. But it doesn't matter. The matter is to lose consciousness for a few seconds.
So during the time you lost your consciousness, is it okay to not do this?
It doesn't. Don't think about it. The matter is to lose consciousness and regain this again. It doesn't matter what you will do, or maybe you won't do anything for this. Maybe a lot of practitioners can say, I just lay and I just wait for this wave. I just wait for the state. They mean this situation. They fall asleep, then they woke up. Fall asleep, wake up. In this moment, they fall asleep, wake up, but they consciousness, but they cannot get in the wakeful state because the physiological state has changed. If they are already here.
Another question: do we fully wake up after we bring back our consciousness?
Yes, fully by your consciousness. You understand everything. Now you lose your consciousness, and then you regain it again. You're losing your consciousness, you regain it again. You're losing your consciousness, you regain this again, but you are in the phase. You've got your consciousness, but you are in the phase, you are not in wakeful state. That's why you can separate from your body easily.
Yeah.
Don't think how you will understand that I'm in the phase. It will be obvious for you. Vibrations, tingling sensations, and a lot of other sensations. You will get the sensations in this situation too, but in this situation it will be obvious for you that you are in the phase. If you have doubt where I am in the phase or not in this situation, you are not in the phase. In this situation, it will be absolutely obvious for you that you are in the phase. Question?
Basically, you can perform this kind of technique before you go into bed. Like, I mean, when you're just starting to fall asleep, I mean, in the beginning of your night.
Yes, it's direct technique.
Yeah, you can try this one. If it doesn't work, you will just fall asleep. No worries. You can wake up later. Try the indirect one.
No. It's much better to do only one type of technique. For example, today we can do this, but tomorrow it's much better not to use indirect techniques. Because you can, of course, you can't do this, but maybe sometimes it will work. But you don't have too much emotions to do it properly in the evening and in the morning, every day, and so on. So it's much better to do it only once, in the evening or only in the morning. Of course, with practice, when you become experienced practitioner, it doesn't matter for you. But for the beginner, it's much better to do only one thing per day. Moreover, you should not practice much often than 2 days per week, 2 or 3 days per week.
You mean the rest or
doesn't matter. You should not try to achieve the phase more than 2 or 3 days per week. It's a very, very important rule.
Yeah, just taking you back in the beginning, you admonished us that this is much more difficult than the indirect.
Of course, it's
much more.
Much more.
Okay, so if you are an experienced practitioner, meaning you can do the indirect almost every time that you try.
For example, in my case.
In your case.
In my case.
How successful are you with direct? If you do it 100 times, how many times do you
for example, upon awakening, I'm successful in 90-95% of cases. In this method, I'm successful 50-60% of cases. And sometimes more, but it's approximately 50-60%. And I know a lot of people who are experienced in this method, and it is the same. 60, 70 is maximum. Actually, you know, it's not much harder if you understand what to do. The hardest thing to understand what you should achieve in this situation. That's why it's hardest technique. But actually, it's not so much harder. For me now, it's easy. But for 10 years, it was very, very hard. Of course, I didn't know about these things and so on, and now I can explain you from the very beginning about this. But actually, you should understand that it's very hard to understand what you should achieve. And one more thing.
Use cycle techniques.
You may cycle techniques, you may use one technique. Usually, I cycle techniques if I'm too sleepy. I know that I may fall asleep, yes, and I should have some actions to do. That's why I make cycle technique. If I am too aware, I use only one technique. It makes me much more sleepy. But in most cases, I do not use any technique while the direct method. No technique. In most cases, I lay down in uncomfortable position and just think about something. I'm sleepy, yes, but because I have this position, I cannot fall asleep and I can get this lapses in consciousness very easily.
So you catch yourself falling asleep and you maintain your awareness.
Yes.
You maintain your awareness when your body falls asleep.
But I cannot fall asleep because
Your body falls asleep, but your mind's awake.
yes, it looks like this. It looks like this.
But it will be very hard to bring back your consciousness, right?
No, it's not hard. It's not hard because if you do it right, it's not hard. And what I'm going to explain you now, maybe it's even more. I don't know. Maybe more, maybe not important thing. It's about how you think about it, how it's important for you. For example, if you are going to get the faith by direct technique in the evening, you think, I should do it by any means. I won't do this. I will do this. I need this. I need it today.
That's me.
I need it today now. I need it today now. No chance. No chance. No chance. You should lay down and think, okay, I will try. Maybe I will get. If not, it doesn't matter. I will try another day.
So it's completely different from the indirect one.
Yeah, completely different. Because it's another physiological situation. Upon awakening, you are in the phase. But in this situation, you should create. Physiologically, it's about REM sleep. Upon awakening, upon natural awakening, we are in this state, in REM sleep. Yes. Upon awakening, we are healed. That's why it's very easy to induce the faith. But when you fall asleep in the evening, you should usually when you fall asleep, non-REM sleep and then REM sleep. That's why non-REM sleep, flow sleep, another. And REM sleep. So that's why it's very hard to induce REM sleep in the evening, because physiologically it's very, very hard to achieve it. Because physiologically before REM sleep, you should be in non-REM sleep. You can read about this in different books about physiology. That's why it's very hard. Because that's why you have to create micro non-REM sleep And then upon awakening, you can get REM sleep. In REM sleep, if you have consciousness in REM sleep, it is the phase. What is the phase? If we will talk about science, it is REM sleep plus consciousness.
Awareness, conscious awareness.
Conscious awareness, yes. What is phase? We talk. It's about the body, experience lucid dreaming, astral projection, and so on. It's all the phase. So REM sleep in consciousness. That's why usually upon natural awakening we are in the REM sleep, in the end of REM sleep, upon awakening. That's why it's very hard to induce the phase. We wake up, we have consciousness, we are in the end of REM sleep. But in the evening, you are in a wakeful state. And before getting REM sleep, you should create non-REM sleep for a few minutes or seconds. Because physiologically you cannot, of course you can do it, but it's very hard. You cannot induce REM sleep immediately. Before REM sleep must be non-REM sleep. That's why we induce microphone sleep.
So the non-REM sleep is in that micro sleep.
Yes, it's micro sleep. It's micro sleep. You fall asleep. It's micro. That's what I'm talking about. You're trying to induce micro sleep. It may last just a few seconds or a few minutes. Sometimes it's so shallow that you may think that you were controlling everything. It's so shallow that you may not see this micro sleep. You cannot figure out it without it. It may be so small. But you should be focused to get this. Maybe, let's discuss, maybe some of you have had experiences with this, and you will successful with it. Maybe some of you, can you explain it how it works? I mean this microsleep.
Like you're not sleeping, like you're almost in the reality. But I can like the last night I spent this whole night like this. But like I know if I hadn't had sleep, I have like I would be tired right now. But I'm okay because I had these microsleeps.
Okay, maybe some of you have experience with this.
I have the experience like another way, like when I listen to audiobooks, like they were like really trippy. I usually like fall asleep on the couch, but I can still hear them. But
it helps you not to fall asleep completely.
But I know that I'm not conscious right now because I totally can feel my body, or like my eyes are closed. The only thing like I can hear my audiobooks, and I can interact with them. So basically, like lucid dreaming. But at any point, I can open my eyes and try to get conscious. But I know that I'm like half asleep.
Okay, it's like this, but it's a little bit different situation. But I bet you know what it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody knows what it is. It's very easy, actually. It's a lot of talking about this, but actually it's much easier thing. All you should understand that you should create a microsleep, yes? That's why, only because this is very easy to create REM sleep. When you conscious in REM sleep, it's the same. That's why we have to lose our control. Usually people lay down in control, and they try to control. And they think, what's wrong? Why I cannot control it? I want to control it, yes? That's why they are unsuccessful.
They're so aggressive.
Yes. You are trying to control, you are trying to maintain your consciousness, yes?
Yeah.
That's why you are just here.
Some people put their arm up or something. So
There's a lot of risk, yes, something like this. But you should understand, it's a very simple thing. If you control it, you have no chances. Maybe spontaneously you will lose consciousness and you will get it, but only because this, not because you were you are controlling it all. It is very, very simple thing. Don't control it. And another thing, it must be not very important for you. If you feel that you should get it right now, I should do it today. It's my goal. Even if you understand everything, it's very hard to do.
Why is that?
There's a lot of reasons. I don't want to discuss it now because it will take much more time, but actually you should understand that you will be successful in this method only when it will be not important for you. When it is important for you to do it by any means, just right now, today, I should do this, forget about any result. You should do it as if you don't need it. By the way, maybe I will be successful. In this case, it works very good. When you think I should do it just right now, don't waste the time, don't try it. For example, if I feel something like this, have too much intention to do this, I won't try it. Why? Because many times in my previous attempts, I know I was successful when I was in this mood. Now I know this, so I even won't try it if I feel this sensation, this intention. I will do it only when it doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter. In this case, it works. When it makes the difference, it doesn't work. If it doesn't matter, it works. So it's about psychology again. And once more, you should use this method only when you are an experienced practitioner in the indirect method. It will help you to understand what you should achieve here. Actually, you are going to achieve the state, and doesn't matter what you are doing for this.
how long are you able to stay in it when you, how long can you be aware when you get into the phase?
It's the same phase as usual.
To,
Yes, it's
are you like all night? You're like,
No. Look at this. You can read about REM sleep in different sources. It may not last more than 15 minutes. That's why it is the limit for the phase. But 15 minutes in the phase, it will be enough to accomplish 100 tasks in the phase. Believe me. Usually,
Responsive. When you're in the phase, everything moves as fast as you think.
yes, it's very fast. So usually, it's not just 1 or 2 minutes to be in the phase to accomplish the plan of action of 3, 4, 5, even more tests. So can you imagine how much you can do in the phase? It will seem as the whole day. You will think what to do else. So
Can you have a
so don't worry about this.
in the face? Can you have a microvision, like a X-ray vision? You can see everything in a minute.
Yes.
You can go inside the body also, or no? Can you?
Inside, look inside.
Anywhere.
The body.
You can look in anywhere in a minute.
Yes, you see. Of course, that's why people are shocked in the face.
Shock.
They are shocked by this. Because they think it's like some imagination or something like this, but actually it's so real. We can see everything in light, we can see everything, and they are shocked because it's so real. It's much more real than here, and that's why people are shocked by this experience. Did we make any attempts to this?
Noted.
As for me, you know, I probably was too hard on myself, because I wanted it so badly, like just you said right now. I was so in control, so after the alarm went off, I did something, and then went back to bed, and I couldn't get to sleep anymore.
Yes, I see that.
I was aggressively telling myself, so right now you're going to fall asleep, and then you wake up, and then you're going to just separate. If you don't separate, you're going to rub your hands, and after that, if you
Too much wish to do this.
yeah, I was thinking about like any minute, any second, I was thinking about it. So for several hours, I was laying down and thinking about it. And afterwards, I just couldn't get to sleep.
It's a very good example, by the way, how we shouldn't do this. You know,
But that's the indirect.
that doesn't matter actually. For example, we should be active while in direct techniques in attempts, but not before this. Why? If we have very big desire to do this, we may lose free floating state of mind. Why? Because we are aware or we are sleeping. It will look like this. If we want to achieve the phase too much, we have a lot of thoughts, and it will look like this. We are here. Oh. You cannot control this. So you are here or you are here, if you want to do it so much. And of course you cannot fall asleep just anymore.
I was like, I have to do it. I don't want to disappoint Michael. I want to find audience. I want to do it, and so I couldn't get back to sleep anymore.
Don't worry, we found some aliens today, so maybe you will able to do this on another day.
I think so. I'm almost sure that I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Yes, because we have two options what to do next. Because not too much people, that's the worst thing for this experiment. We will perform something like this in 3 weeks, but with much more people. Or I will work with you by mail, by phone, and help you to get results in 1 week, maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe I will just work with you to help you to get results a little bit later. Because now you will see how it works, and we have some aliens. We just need some much more aliens and much more vivid experiences. Anyway, thanks for intention to not disappoint me. You are right. Okay, Evgeny.
Yeah, I was in a phase.
How it happened?
When the alarm went off, I woke up and I did something for about 5 minutes. And then I went to sleep again. And then I almost immediately woke up. And I realized that I'm in a phase.
How? Why you realized?
I started to
Rub your hands?
perform this movement.
Rubbing your hands, okay.